Welcome to the Talbert Craft Corner and to day 2 of my foray into hosting. So, we are going to be recounting the 7 stores that we visited today that bring our total stores up to 14. So, the first one we visited today was Stitch Central in Glenside on Glenside Avenue. Mom, what did you pick up at Stitch Central?
I picked up this lovely Aerado by Plymouth Yarn. It's a alpaca, wool, and nylon. It was a beautiful pattern for a hood, and it takes this one skein. So we're going to see how that goes. A knitting pattern.
And then I was definitely overloaded in Stitch Central since I sew and I crochet and I knit, and there was a little bit of literally everything. So I ended up picking up, and because this was our first stop, it's at the bottom of the bag. Ooh, come here. This absolutely enormous zipper. So I've had a pattern for a while that I found on Hobie, which is a yarn seller that we've shopped at before, and it calls for an enormous zipper. And I found this one and it's perfect, and so I'm going to be able to make that nice little duffel project bag. So, next on our list is drumroll, please. No, I'm kidding. Love to Knit and More in Jenkintown, which is on Old York Road. Mom, what did you pick up at Love to Knit?
At Love to Knit, I picked up a lot of things, but what I actually ended up buying was 2 skeins of Debbie Bliss Milano. They had a nice clearance section. I had something from in their main store, but then I walked back and I saw this, and it's an interesting yarn. So I decided to pick that up. It is a wool, silk, and synthetic all together, and interesting colors are mixed in there. And I also got a skein of Barocco Remix Light, which is a nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, linen. It's a little bit of everything mixed in with recycled fibers. And it's sort of a brownish tweed. And this is a number 3 size.
Yes, and the clearance section that they had really did come in clutch. I did see a lot of things I liked in their regular stock as well, and I really had to narrow it down. But I decided, because these were the last 2 of this colorway and clearance, to get these. I have a very large issue with scarcity because it makes me want to buy things. So I picked up these 2 hanks of yarn. They are from 3 Irish Girls, and the colorway is, let's see what this colorway is. The colorway is Très Chic, and it's a DK Superwash Merino that I am very excited to maybe make a scarf and some hand warmers or something like that out of. But I very much like minty colors. So, next on our list, we went for a hike out to our next location, which was in Doylestown, Forever Yarn on South Main. So, Mom, what did you pick up at Forever Yarn?
At Forever Yarn, I came into the door to Sparkly, and then ended up picking up this sparkly Lang Yarns palettes. It is a nylon and polyamide, and polyester. It has tiny little sequins. Hopefully you can see the sparkle. And I'm going to make a shawlette with this held together with some mohair. They had a really cute one on a mannequin there. And they also had a few clearance items. And I picked up these 2 skeins of Ella Ray Cashmerino Sport Speckled. It's an extra fine merino wool and cashmere. Not too sure what I'll do with it, but it's just really beautiful. The colors that are mixed in there. Kind of reminiscent of the top I have on today, which I did make, and this is Viscountess top.
Viscountess. So with this shop and with the next few, Mom was being a big spender. So next on our list is Twist Knitting and Spinning, which was on Lower York Road in Lahaska. So, Mom, what did you pick up at Twist Knitting and Spinning?
You can hold on to the mic, Nick. Let's get this. It was a great shop. I walked back and forth until I made a decision. Lovely bag they put everything in. I did see during this crawl a top made with linen. And so I said I wanted to get some linen. So this was decidedly for a top made with the linen. The linen yarns make a very nice structure, almost like cotton, but they have a drape like some of your other lighter yarns. So I wanted to give that a try. This is Isager Babulin, made in Italy. Hopefully I didn't massacre that too bad. This actually is a cotton and linen blend, but that's what I had in mind for this one, a top with some structure going into the warmer months. The linen and cotton should be pretty good for that.
Thanks, Mom. Now, on to our next location. We stopped at Echo Valley Fiber, which was on 2nd Street Pike in Newtown. So we did all three of our very far out stores right in a row. So, Mom, what did you pick up at Echo Valley Fiber?
Echo Valley Fiber. I picked up this KFI Luxury Collection Luxury Silk Sport. Look at that. It's so soft. The variegation is subtle. It's really nice. I'm guessing this will be something for me. I'm loving this color, getting into the green, sort of blues. The color's a number, so I can't really give any vibes off of that, just off of the looks.
Um, and then I picked up from Echo Valley Fiber. So I actually found a bunch of this Rasta. So if you remember from our last one, I picked up the Malabrigo Rasta in Amphibian yesterday at Yarnforia. And so today we saw more of the Rasta at Echo Valley Fiber. And so I picked up this wonderful color, and it is called Immortal, and it is just this absolutely wonderful green with slight variation, a little bit of blue and a little bit of brown in there that I absolutely love. And so I was like, okay, this has to come home with me. And we did have a lot of nice chats at Echo Valley Fiber with the people working there and with some other yarn crawlers. And then once again, running down to the wire, we were headed to our last two locations. First of which was United Stitches, which it took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out how to say. And that is on Montgomery Avenue in North Wales.
Once again, there were so many lovely yarns. I think we're starting to get overloaded, but we know we can return. We can go back now that the crawl is over, and I think that's probably the point of the crawl, isn't it? Kind of get a feel for what's around, what's in our area, where we can go. I got these two lovely yarns from the same dyer. It's Cape May Fiber Company, hand dyed yarns. This one is a brushed alpaca silk. It feels so soft. Has variegation, a little bit of pop of color that you might not expect right back there. And together with this natural is its color. It's a DK Merino Superwash. So I'm going to hold these two together so something has a little fuzz, but it has its structure. Remember that sparkle? I think I'm going to hold that together with it.
Thanks, Mom. Yes, I was very excited that United Stitches, as well as our last one, are closer to where we live so that we can definitely come back. So I was like, okay, I can wait and see what we find at the last few, and then we can definitely come back to those because they're close by. Um, so after United Stitches, we stopped at The Longest Yarn, which is actually a new shop that just opened up the first day of the yarn crawl, so yesterday. And it's on Madison Street in Lansdale. Mom, what did you pick up at The Longest Yarn?
Some long yarn. It was really great there. I will tell you what I got. I'm holding it down here. But she had cones, and that was a big draw because with a cone, you can pretty much make a whole sweater. That's what she was saying. So you have, instead of getting a whole bunch of little skeins, you get your one big cone. I didn't get a big cone, but I did want to give her a holler for that one. I picked up, how was she pronouncing that? It's Haya is the line of yarn, but it's Holst Jam. It is a 70% baby alpaca and a mulberry silk and a little bit of yak right in there. I picked up these 50-gram balls. So I have this one, which is a gray, together with this is, what would you call this color back? Same yarn, the Haya.
It's almost like a muted purple.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, does it? No, they don't really, I don't think, is the light the color
is
there?
the color name.
Okay, oh, right. And this one is Moulet. Sort of like a gray and a muted purple. I want to do some color work. Color work kept showing up on this crawl. I started off thinking about color work and it just kept showing up. So these are my two. I think they're going to work pretty nice together. That was it for me. And we closed out the shop. They closed at 7. So we were there till about 7:12. But it was a nice conversation, new shop, and really exciting to be there right at the beginning.
So that was the end of our day 2 of our wonderful yarn crawl. We only have 4 shops left to visit before we visit all 18 of the shops on our yarn crawl. Mom?
Well, I guess we'll see you again on day 3 of our Greater Philly yarn crawl. And as usual, stay crafty inspired. Thanks for watching and stay crafty inspired.